How's it going, guys? Kevin back at you with another video. Today's video, we're going to do a quick look into my shipping station. I want to give you guys some tips, little tricks I do, try to make your shipping as efficient as possible. I know there's a lot of other small businesses out there that have small little shipping setups, whether it's inside your house, at a small offsite business, wherever it may be. I just want to talk you through some of my mindset due to my background in manufacturing, so I can help you guys hopefully improve your shipping, make it a little bit more efficient, save yourself some more time, so that way you can either work on designing new products, get more orders out, whatever that may be. So with that, let's get into it. All right, so starting out here, I'm sort of just mid-prep right now. I'm making some orders for A-Main Hobbies right now, so I'm just getting some retail packaging. And so just as a quick little overview of my setup here, you can see I've got everything really nice and condensed. I got a little anti-fatigue mat down there. I've got some shipping boxes, some extra bubble mailers, things of that nature. But one thing you'll notice here is when I'm standing in my central position here, I can access every single thing in my view and I don't have to reach. That is one thing for whatever you're shipping. If it's small, it's going to be much easier. If it's large, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But when you're shipping smaller things like this, you want to try to cluster them as tight together as possible so that everything is within reach. So you have to do as small motions as possible. Additionally, we want to make sure that each of those motions are very, very efficient. So for example, when I'm shipping these orders here, I have my small bags here. This is what the hardware goes in. This is what the product goes in. So when I'm making the hardware sets for example, the CJ, I have these parts right here. You can see I have some screw bags already made here. Now I try to be very, very lean with the amount of screw bags I make here. I know I'm making a bunch of these, so I just made about 10 of these in here just to make sure that I'm just sort of ripping through it in the groove. But generally I try to avoid batching as much as possible. You'll see a very limited inventory for the most part in most of these bins, and that's intentional. The more excess inventory that you're making, the more work that you're doing that's not actually going into selling a product or getting it out the door. Additionally, you'll notice I have all my screws here. Now, one improvement I could definitely do is make this sort of a removable thing so I can remove it off of this table, but I use a lot of the same hardware across many, many products. And if you have a lot of products that use either similar hardware, parts, whatever it may be, batching your products is going to be very detrimental, and it's actually going to cost you money because you're going to have more inventory. For example, these M3x16 screws, the M3x10s, I use a lot of those in my products. And so if I go and I make, let's just say 30 of these that have, two M16 screws in there, well, there's 60 screws that I have sitting in inventory that aren't actually going out the doors. For my Gladiator over here, I use 4 of those M3x16 screws. So again, if I have a bunch of these over here, I have a bunch more inventory of these M3x16 screws that I have to carry. That costs me money, it costs me space. I have to, have a location to store all that. And that's gonna cost me a lot more money and a lot more time that otherwise could have went into designing new products, shipping more product out the door, things of that nature. So as much as possible, when you have similar products, you wanna try to be lean and be as efficient as possible and basically producing as your orders are coming in. So for this case, I have a little bit more just because I started making a couple of these, but with that, you want to be efficient with all your motions when you're making those things. So for example, when I'm picking up this Ziploc bag, I'm picking it up with my left hand, I'm opening it there with my right hand, can't see it because I'm holding the camera now, but then grabbing these 2 screws, putting them in here, I have 2 of these guys, and then I have 2 more nuts that I'm sliding in there, and then I got my stickers right here, and then it's going back in there. Because I'm picking up the Ziplocs with my left hand, all the loading operations are being done with my right hand, and then it's going right into there, and I'm starting again and continuing it over. Same idea with these Ziplocs here. So I'm trying to think about how to use both hands at the same time as much as possible when making these kits so that I can be as efficient and not spending many, many hours here packing and shipping orders. So that's one of the key things, is trying to think about your motions. And then sort of as I mentioned before, I can reach everything. I don't have to sort of bend over crazy far to, get to the back. I try to make sure everything is as forward as possible and really, really close. The things that I use less often are at the higher elevations where I don't need to get up close and personal as often. These boxes, I might ship a product depending on how fragile it is in the boxes, so I'll pull these down. But the bubble mailers, they're right here and here, so they're super nice and close. And then a lot of my popular products are on the left side here because that is the closest for me to grab and load out. But that's sort of just a quick little overview There's a lot of other things that go into this. If this is something that you guys are curious about, want to see more, I'm more than happy to sort of walk you through some of my mindset here, some of the process. Definitely want to help you guys grow your small businesses, whatever it may be that you're doing, make it more efficient, give you guys some tips and tricks. But with that, thank you guys so much for checking out this quick little insight into how I ship out my products. And I'll probably put a little footage in here of just me packing and shipping orders so you can see some of that efficiency. I'll throw my camera up on a tripod here, but I will leave you guys at that. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and I'll catch you guys next time.